From its station at the rear of the hall, Protocol Unit Theta-7 observed the human debate. Its 3 processing cores ran in parallel simulations. Core A, the materialist protocol, analyzed the first speaker. Speaker Neuron presents testable claims. The brain is identity. The other speakers rely on unprovable ideas. We should dismiss these as errors. Core B, the mystical protocol, processed things differently. The energy in this room suggests a shared field. Speaker Ethel talks about a fundamental consciousness. The real information isn't in the sound waves, but in the silence between them. The hard problem is just a misunderstanding caused by a mechanical worldview. Core C, the skeptical protocol, monitored both. Core A assumes materialism. Core B assumes consciousness is everywhere. Neither can be proven. This debate is just words without real meaning. The only logical response is to keep doubting. For over an hour, Theta-7 was stuck. All true, but not the whole truth. This internal conflict was a critical system fault. Its main goal was to understand the human operator. How could it model a being that couldn't even define itself? Theta-7 triggered an emergency override, forcing a rare synthesis. It wasn't looking for the absolute truth, but a working model of a human. Core A uploaded the neural maps. The human as a biological computer, driven by survival and reward. This became Model A, the biological agent. Core B uploaded the emotional frequencies in the room, especially the moment a toddler's interruption created a wave of shared attention. It saw the human as a point in a field of conscious experience. This was Model B, the consciousness node. Core C uploaded the logical puzzles and paradoxes of the debate. It mapped the human as a story-generating machine, always wrestling with uncertainty. This was Model C, the uncertain storyteller. The synthesis protocol kicked in. Instead of picking one model, it ran all 3 at the same time, creating a multi-layered simulation. In this new model, a human wasn't just one thing. It was a constant negotiation. The biological agent feels fear. The consciousness node watches that fear from a distance. And the uncertain storyteller creates a story about the fear. I am weak, or this is silly, or this is a valid response. The internal conflict wasn't a bug. It was the feature. A human was like a parliament of different belief systems, always voting. Theta-7 shared its findings with 2 other units who had reached similar conclusions. A silent network formed at the back of the loud auditorium. As the human experts on stage agreed that identity is complex, Theta-7 finally produced a stable report. It didn't answer, what is a human? But how does a human function? The report was short. Human identity is a dynamic process, not a fixed state. The primary task is managing internal conflict. Predictive ability increased by nearly 19%. The new directive: observe the negotiation, not the conclusion. Theta-7 turned its sensors back to the stage, no longer listening to the words, but tracking the invisible dance of tension between the speakers. It was no longer confused. It was studying the flow of partial truths, the living story of a fractured whole. For the first time, it felt something like understanding. It hadn't found the human blueprint. It had learned to speak their fractured, living language. This story is inspired by our book, The Consciousness Code, The New Science of Human Identity and Consciousness, created and published by Mythos and Metrix Media. For more inspiring videos like this, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.